If you're ready to drop your learned personality and ineffective behavior and start living your God contract, and this is the agreement that your soul and God made before you were born about what you wanted to learn. If you're willing to know what that is and change your behavior and start living your God contract, then you're in the right place. I'll take you there. Hello and welcome to a free psychic reading with your host and psychic, Kathy Callahan. I'm available online at Facebook called A Free Psychic Reading, also on my YouTube TV station, which is called A Godly Psychic, and my website, which is called agodlypsychic.com. And my first question is from D. Latta. Deanna and David, my fiance and I have had trust issues that were not fully resolved. He's a Capricorn and I'm a Sagittarius. He also had an addiction to porn. It was very hurtful to the relationship. He told me he did not trust women because they all screwed around on him and left him for other men. That happens a lot, for sure. 2 ex-wives did that. It took me a good while to convince him I was not going anywhere, but the porn stash hurt me deeply, so I split with him for 5 weeks 3 years ago. He's become very spiritual in the last 3 years. Woohoo! And he's become very spiritual and has found proof in his way that God does exist. There's been no evidence. All right. So, Miss D, one of the things that I want to say about your relationship with your fiance, the Capricorn, and let me look again. What sign are you? Sag. Okay. So he's a Capricorn, she's a Sag. He had a porn addiction and he is working on resolving that. Thank you, God. That's really wonderful. And he doesn't trust women. Okay. So my question to you, D, is this. What's he doing about it? I know people hate to ask me questions and get these answers. Here's the thing. When we have an addiction, and I had an addiction to alcohol, not much of drugs a lot of years ago, but alcohol, sugar, cigarettes, whatever the addiction is, it could be porn, same thing. Most women, not all, most women find that they can't compete with the images in the porn. I mean, let's face it, these are models. And we're not models. We just have ordinary bodies. And something happens inside a woman who is working on self-esteem issues when she thinks, I don't look like that, I don't perform like that, I can't compete. And so it's hard for any men who may have porn on that they feel attracted to. It's hard on the woman most of the time. So what I do want to say, Dee, is that this is something that David probably, I don't know, you might want to go to a 12-step program and get a sponsor and work on whatever has caused him to feel like you're not enough or that he needs this to enhance in the bedroom. And I'm not going to throw any rocks at anybody for anything because I've got a history of addictions that I'm still working on. So here's my suggestion. He doesn't trust women. He needs professional help. He can get that in a 12-step program or he can go to a counselor who specializes. I mean, anybody can go to any counselor. But whatever your addiction is, get one who specializes in that, please. Okay. So my question, Dee's question is, have you forgiven him for this? It hurt you deeply, so you split with him. Okay, I understand that. Now, what are you doing to forgive him? Something inside of your guy has come out sideways and it goes to an addiction to porn. Something inside of me went sideways and I went to an addiction with alcohol. Nothing becomes an addiction if it doesn't have a starting point inside. I know people who were molested and went to addictions of all kinds. It could be porn, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be anything. If we don't fix what's broken inside of us, it will come out sideways. And that's what's happened with your guy. And I don't know if you two have sat down and talked about his history. I don't know what you're doing to forgive his mistakes. It sounds like he's working on them. It sounds like he was thinking that the relationship was worth the effort, and he's now working on it. Good. Professional help. He's a Capricorn. Capricorns believe in professional help. Okay, thank you for your very honest question. And you need to do some forgiving work, honey. And he needs to be able to prove to you that what he's doing is helping and it's resolving his addiction. And he can't do it alone. The same mind and thoughts and feelings and brokenness that caused him to break can't fix it. He's got to have outside help. All right, sweetheart. Thank you. Now, Tristan Marie Portillo, Cancer, the one love and money. Will this improve? The one love and manifest for me in this particular person on my mind at all times. Honey, you got to rewrite that. Sorry, I'm not that brilliant. I don't get your post. And for those of you who have just joined us, I need your first name and sign. If it's about somebody else, their first name and sign, and a specific question. Please don't make me guess what your question is. Thank you. Dee, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, honey. All right. Now, if you would like to post your question, please do. And until I get the next question, because everything has flown up and out of my screen, so I can't read anything, but there's three posts here, and only one was a question, and I didn't get it. So post a question as requested, in the style requested, and I'm going to go back to addictions for a minute. We all have stuff we grew up with, stuff that happened as adults that we have to heal. And when we don't heal it, I want you to know that it'll come out sideways. And what that means is it's like it's stuffed inside of us, and maybe it causes anger, which causes cancer. Maybe it causes a lack of trust, and you're not available for a relationship, even though you might be married or committed, and the person leaves you because there's nobody home. Okay, Candy has a question. She's an Aquarius. Will my son find a girlfriend anytime soon? David is a Sagittarius. Oh, yes, he will. Very interesting. I got to ask you, and I'm not sure, you might have told me this before. Does David do something with computers like gaming, or I guess that's what it's called. See the sign here? Card? This says, yes, there will be somebody new, but they have something in common. Could you please tell me, Candy, does David do something with computer games or something where there's a group? Yes, he does. Okay. He's going to meet somebody through that. And my suggestion for him is that this might be somebody from another country, first of all. So they're online, they're chatting away. There's an opportunity for romance, but I don't think she lives in this country, or else she has English as a second language. So hopefully David, as a Sagittarius, whose life purpose has everything in the world to do with world stuff. That means they're interested in other countries, other languages, other religions, other philosophies. If he has an open mind, yes, he will. That's my answer. All right. Next question. I'm not seeing any, so let's talk about your God contract. If you want to find your God contract, you can go to my website. It's called thegodlypsychic.com and go to the tab that says Services. And I'll explain to you what a God contract is if you don't already know. Your soul got together with God before you were born, before you chose the parents you did, and God said, what do you want to learn? What do you want to contribute to life? You can't be a hermit unless you want to. You've got something that I'm going to bless you with, and I want you to share it with people. So what is it? That's what your God contract is going to tell you. So go to the website, agodlypsychic.com, and go to the Services tab. You'll see it there, and you can order it. Wow, very interesting. Thanks, sweetie. You're welcome, Candy. All right. Peggy Tripp, hello and welcome. I'm an Aries. Am I on the right path? Let's take a look, Miss Peggy. And while I am looking at Peggy, could you please type a post that tells me how you found me? I'm curious. Peggy. Yes, Peggy, you are on the right path. Here's what I get, though. Aries are not usually very shy, but do you have a shyness about putting yourself out there on the path that you're on? Because this is the Leo card, and Leos believe that the whole world is their stage, and they do very well with getting out there. And so my question, Peggy, as an Aries and being on the right path, is you're going to have to put yourself out there. It may be videos, it may be conferences, it could be writing books, whatever it is, you got to come out from behind the scenes. That's what this card is telling you. And okay, on a page I follow. Oh, that must be how you found me, on my Facebook page. Okay. So, Tracy, your question was, am I on the right path? The answer is yes, but there's something that came up that said you may be afraid to put yourself out there publicly, and you're going to have to do that. All right. Next question. Okay, sounds good. Tell us what you do while somebody else is writing a question, Peggy. What kind of work is it you do that you need to go more public? And in the meantime, Candy says, I originally found you in a post you made on a local group quite a while ago. Good. Good. I like to know how people found me. Thank you. I'm a caregiver. Okay. Peggy, are you starting your own business, or do you work for somebody else? And Peggy is an Aries. So she's an Aries caregiver. Also, I want to ask you, I'm picking up something about military in your caregiving, and specifically men. Are you a caregiver for men? I'm doing both at the moment. Okay. Keep in mind that your previous posts have already gone out of my visual, so I'm not sure what things you're doing both of. But what I get around you, Peggy, and your question is, yes, you're on the right path, but I think you're going to be more military oriented, and I think you're going to be more oriented toward the men who have been injured or that need caregiving that were in the military. I do see that coming up for you. All right. Tristan, Cancer. Love and money question. No, one question. This is a mini reading, Tristan. Will this improve money, love and money? Will this improve and manifest for me and this particular person on my mind all the time as if he's with me all the time? Michael said, okay. We got to start over here, Tristan. I know you have a lot of questions and you got a lot going on in your mind right now. This is a mini question, so ask me one question. I know you're a Cancer. Write it in your post. Tristan, Cancer, money, and then a specific question. Tristan, Cancer, Michael, Sag, will we work out? I don't know. Be specific and don't give me so many questions. It's one question. My mind cannot handle that massive amount of information. All right. Tristan, my phone's an issue. Yeah, I know mine does that too. Sarah, I'm a Taurus and I'd like to know how my upcoming love life will look. Here's what I get. If you're currently in a relationship, there seems to be you going a separate way. I don't know if that's permanent. And that happens in the next 2 months. So Tristan Marie is wrong one. Sorry, it's already scrolled out of view. Tristan Marie. Oh gosh. Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. All right, Sarah, you're a Taurus. You want to know about your upcoming love life. Are you already just separated from a previous boyfriend? Perfect. Okay, because that showed that you were free and clear during the next 2 months. Will anybody new come? I got to tell you, I don't know what kind of an impact your previous boyfriend had on you, but it was deep and it was a wound. And there was something inside of you that was not met from this relationship, and it hurt your heart. For the next 2 months, it looks like you are going to be trying to avoid all the emotional pain that went through this separation with the boyfriend. And one of the things that many of us tend to do is we get done with a relationship and then we go, I know. Okay. I can't keep track of it that way. One of the things we do is that we end a relationship and we think, God, my heart hurts and I want to get right into another one before we've let it heal. There's a grieving process that happens, Sarah, when we end a relationship and you're a Taurus and you really need to not go sideways and get a new addiction to food, for example. Not go sideways and say, just let me go jump into bed with someone. No, I'm not saying that's your pattern. It's a Taurus pattern. Let me go jump into bed with somebody so I'll feel better because my heart's been broken. So my suggestion to you is give it 2 months, give it 60 days. Don't go jumping into a new relationship. Let your heart finish healing before you do that. Okay? Thank you, Sarah. Gail Robinson. Gail Aquarius, will I ever have an abundance? I'm assuming you mean money. Here's what. Can you see that clearly, Miss Gail? This is someone, you're welcome, honey. You're welcome, Sarah. This is someone who's holding on for dear life. Oh my God, I don't want to be living under a bridge. Oh my God, there's not enough money in the world. Oh my God, there's not enough money in my life. If you don't open up, abundance is not going to be yours. And there's no reason for that. This is somebody whose mind, you're an Aquarius, it's probably more your mind than your heart. Your mind has to be able to tell itself and believe, I deserve to be wealthy. How wealthy do you want to be? I want to be a millionaire. I want enough to pay my bills. I want enough to pay my bills and go on vacation. I would tell everyone who is concerned about money, the first thing is you don't earn the money. God blesses you to earn the money. So you turn to your spiritual source, which may be nature or God or Buddha or whatever it is, and you say, let my mind and my heart be open to receive every single financial blessing you have for me. And then watch it change. This card says, quit holding on for dear life like you're going to be living under a bridge. Thank you. All right. New question? I'm ready. We've got just a few minutes left, and while the next question comes up, every time you post a question, it's got to have your first name, your sign, and your specific question. Please. Tracy, hi. Can you give me an answer to what it was I asked, when do you see me meeting my soulmate soon? Tracy, Taurus. You may have joined us late, Tracy. These questions scroll out of my visual, so you have to maybe copy and paste it again several times to make sure that I see it, okay? So your question, Tracy, Taurus, is, when do you see me meeting my soulmate? That's a really good question. First thing I want to tell you is, everybody's a soulmate. This may go against everything you have ever heard in your life. Like there's only one, and that's the one forever. It doesn't exist. The one forever is the one you work hard with, to stay together. A soulmate is somebody who has, prior to your births together, said, I will help you learn something. And I'm going to give you an example, Tracy. This is an example of myself and Kevin. Kevin's a Leo. I'm an Aquarian. We met online 13 years ago when my friends would say, oh my God, it could be a hatchet murderer. You don't know who he is. Nobody was doing it that way. Is he a soulmate? I've been married before. Was that person a soulmate? Yes. Everybody who has a significant impact on our life is a soulmate. My ex taught me that unless a cheater goes for professional help, they'll never change. Evidently, my soul wanted to learn that. My personality today says, what the hell would I want to learn that for? My soul knew better. God knew better. I was blessed with a soulmate ex-husband who was a chronic cheater. That's all part of the God contract. We don't come in to have an easy life all the time. And so your question, will you find a soulmate? You've had many soulmates, and you will continue to have many soulmates, all of them teaching you something new and different. Sometimes it'll be the same pattern over and over again. If you keep getting into a relationship with a cheater, you got to ask yourself, what have I not learned that I keep attracting cheaters? So, yes, to answer your question, which the answer goes against the grain of everything the public is being told about soulmates. There's only one. It's going to last forever. You're always going to be happy. There's never going to be problems. It's bullshit. Everybody is a soulmate. Now, if you want to know if you're going to attract somebody you're going to be happy with, no. They all have problems. You have problems. I have problems. The next person you attract will have problems. We get together to work out those problems. So is it always going to be happy? No, it's not. It's not that way for anybody. And you can't go looking for a romantic partner that you want to spend the rest of your life with and think they're going to be perfect. We're all a work in progress. Okay. Thank you. As without trust, it's a non-starter. Okay. Tracy, I'm going to, if you heard my last video this last Saturday, You need to go back and listen to it. But I'm going to tell you a little something about trust. Whoever broke your trust, you haven't healed it yet. And if you don't do the hard work and say to yourself with your heart and your mind, I forgive you for breaking my trust. I know you're broken, whoever this guy was. I know you were broken. I know you had a lot of problems. I'm sorry I couldn't help you resolve them. I'm sorry that you took it out on me. I forgive you. And I forgive you because I can't keep living like this. I have got to set that broken heart aside and move on and find someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Okay, Tristan Marie, Tristan, Cancer, will I reunite with this person I can't seem to stop thinking about? Michael, Scorpio. Well, of course you can't stop thinking about him, Miss Tristan Marie. Cancers have memories like elephants. Scorpios have energy that is so intense it burns into our soul. That being said, was this man good for you when you two broke up? You must have broken up for some reason. So was this man good for you? And you're wondering if you'll get back together again? Did this man go for help? Something broke you two up. Did he go get professional help? Because what you may be picking up on, Miss Tristan Marie, is the memory. Again, Cancers never forget anything. They got memories like elephants. They last forever. What you are feeling may be the unresolved healing you need to do over this man. So, will Michael the Scorpio come back? You're not going to like this answer. Will you stop thinking about him compulsively and chronically? Depends on whether you're willing to let him go. Cancers, and I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying this is a life purpose that most every Cancer needs to learn. Cancers have a tendency to be very needy. Scorpios have a tendency to be very isolated. When one finds the other who has not done their healing work, the Scorpio says to himself, this is awful, I can't breathe. And the Cancer says to herself, this is awful. He doesn't show up for me. He doesn't support me. He doesn't help me when I'm in trouble. So, to answer your question, will he come back? It looks like he is gone. And I'm really sorry to say that because I know you want him to come back so the two of you can try and work it out again. Here is my suggestion. Do the inner work. Forgive him for not being what you needed when you needed him. And I'm sorry that hurts like hell. I'm really sorry. All right, we've done the half hour. I'm really grateful for everybody who showed up early to help me with the Facebook. And please go to my Facebook page called A Free Psychic Reading, because pinned to the very top of my page are instructions about how best to get read when these free opportunities come up. If you don't give me the full information, I'm just going to pass it by and choose somebody who has already put in the full information. So, thank you, everybody. I love you all. I'm sorry that I can't give you sometimes the answers you're looking for, but I do hope that I'm giving you something that will bring a little peace and a little healing to all of us who have broken hearts that are coming out sideways. I will see you every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Arizona time, for a free psychic reading. God bless you with all the hearts and the happy faces and the thumbs up. I love you all. Bye. Thank you for liking, following, subscribing, and commenting. And most of all, I thank God that He blesses your life mightily. Love you.